you my twin brother so you can see what I would look like with a normal face? Okay. This is Ben, and we are identical twins. Of course, this isn't perfect, but this is pretty much what I will look like after I get my surgery when I have a normal face. Did my twin brother punch me in the face? Great question. And no, I did not. And the real reason my face looks like this is because I have a rare autoimmune disease called Perry-Romberg syndrome. Why does my identical twin not have my rare disease? Great question. And it's because my disease is not genetic. And while the cause of my disease isn't known, at this point it's impossible for my twin to end up getting it. Am I going to miss my old face after my plastic surgery? Great question. And yes, I probably will. I've lived like this for so long that it will definitely take a while to get used to my new appearance. But it's all for the best because my surgery will allow me to do things that I otherwise couldn't have. I may have just figured out what causes my rare disease, and I recently came across a study that suggests that Perry-Romberg syndrome might be caused by a genetic mutation. And if this were true, it would mean that my condition is genetic.
I definitely see it. You can definitely see the similarities between them. It's really interesting. I've never heard of that syndrome before. And I think he said it wasn't genetic at first, but then he said it might be genetic. Which, yeah, is interesting. I'm curious to hear more about it as the video goes on. I mean, I wonder if the surgery was like complicated. I guess they just had to like balance out the bit of his face that had sort of sunken in a little bit. It's interesting. They do, now I've stopped it and looking at them as well, they do look really, really similar. You can definitely tell that they're like, I think you can tell they're twins.
A lot of people have been wondering if I look more like my twin brother after my plastic surgery, so I'm going to show you. And here's a comparison of me and my twin after the surgery, and I think we look a lot more similar than we used to. Let's find out if me and my twin look more alike after my plastic surgery. And the damage to my face is a lot less noticeable now, so I do think we look a lot more alike than we used to. A lot of people have been wondering why I changed my mind about getting an implant, and this is why. And it all has to come down to a disagreement between two of my surgeons. My jaw surgeon wants me to do an implant, and my plastic surgeon wants me to do a flap surgery. And I decided to go with my plastic surgeon's judgment. Here's another day in my life during my plastic surgery recovery. To start my day, I walked up 12 flights of stairs to get to my first class. And then I sat down for a while and worked on homework. Since it was a really nice day, I took a walk around campus. And now I'm back at home making this video. Here's the reason my doctor changed his mind about me getting an implant. And I told my doctor that I want the most natural feeling result possible. To accomplish this, he wants to take a large chunk of tissue from another part of my body and transplant it into my face. Then he plans to connect it to the blood supply so it feels and looks natural. And an implant won't feel as natural as the flap surgery. I am getting a face transplant in less than a month, and this is how it's going to work. I am getting a procedure done called a free flap transplant, and my surgeon is going to take a muscle out of my leg and transplant it into my face. This surgery is incredibly complex, and if all goes well, this will be my final surgery and I will finally have a normal face again.
Wow, I didn't even know they could do that with muscle. When he was saying about the flap surgery with the tissue, I've heard of that before, and I know that that's quite a common thing that they do in plastic surgery, but I didn't know they could do that with muscle. That's kind of cool. I mean, I hope it all goes well for him. I'd be curious to see like what the end result would be. So obviously after that first initial surgery that he got, he looked like, once it had all healed and like his skin and like all the bruising had gone, I feel like he did look so much like his identical twin brother. Like you could really, really see the similarities. And I feel like it actually healed really, really nicely as well. Like, I feel like you wouldn't really be able to tell that he'd had any. Obviously scarring and stuff you can see closer up, but I feel like he looked great. He did. Like it looked so different to what it initially looked like. I should think he'll be really looking forward to that other surgery because that sounds amazing. Some of the stuff they can do in medicine is just absolutely crazy. Like the fact they're going to take a bit of muscle from his leg and like put that in his face, connect all the blood supply up so it feels natural. I think that's just incredible.
Thanks for watching StoryTrender. Don't forget to like and follow.